Top, are you clear with your QSO?
KI5LET, we're clear and monitoring.
Okay, very good. All right, I'm not hearing any other conversations at this time, so let's go ahead and get started with the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. My call is Kilo Foxtrot 5, Victor Sierra Papa, KF5VSP. I'll be the net control station and operator tonight out of Parker County in the city of Weatherford, actually on the southwest side of Weatherford in Parker County. This is the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. We meet every Friday night at 8 o'clock right here, 146.580 every Friday night. Spread the word. It's been growing each and every week, and we have a lot of relays, and we cover between about 9 and 15 counties. So it's been a lot of fun, so spread the word. It, of course, is a directed net, so please direct all traffic through the net control station so we can keep things moving along best that we can. The format here on the check-ins is county by county. We go county by county, and that's a lot of fun. Obviously, we got a lot of folks coming in and out different times, but for the most part, that works pretty well. So if you can, make notes and play along, because in the second half of the net, we'll allow you to have the frequency, if you've checked in, to make a call to somebody that you heard on the net, or a general call, just to see who in the North Central Texas area can hear your station. Once we go through the check-ins county by county, we'll go into that second portion where we'll allow individuals to make calls. And then we'll go into a ham radio section, which will break down into technical questions or technical information you want to share. And then we'll have a buy-sell section where you can put stuff up or post things for sale. And if you're looking for anything in particular, you can throw that out to the group as well. And then we'll have an announcement section. So before I start the net, there's a couple of things that you might want to know of interest. Whiskey Zulu 5 Tango X-Ray has provided us with listen-in frequencies. So this is simulcast on 444.925 and 145.310. And so you can hear this on those frequencies. If you have dual receive, it'll be really good. You'll probably be able to pick up stations that you may not be able to hear at your location. So that is a really neat thing that has been provided to us. So again, 444.925 and 145.310, you can listen in there as well. Also, we do have a Facebook group that's very popular. It's a great place to share information and talk to folks on the group. And you can leave announcements, and that is the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. The North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. That is the Facebook page. If you want to join so that you can post and share information, it'll ask you to give your call sign and some other questions. Please fill that out. That's one of the main things we require, that you have a valid call sign. If you have one, just go ahead and put it there, and we'll let you in and let you start communicating with everybody. Last but not least, we do use NetLogger in a very unconventional way. We don't use it as a valid check-in because we are a Simplex net, but you can go to netlogger.org and download that app. And doing so, it'll allow you to see the individual that's logging the check-ins tonight, give you an idea of the coverage. Also, there's a small window, I think, called the Almost Instant Message, AIM window, I guess it is, that you can share information on. So KI5LET up in Decatur is going to be logging tonight. So Top, why don't you come in and tell them a little bit about it, whatever gaps I left, go ahead and fill.
Okay, Mike, this is KI5LET, and yep, you got it right. That's pretty much everything you need to do. You can also open the monitors window and view who's logged in or checked in on NetLogger. So the idea is, especially with the AIM window, is if you can't hear net control, but you can hear other stations, you can send a message in that AIM window and get a relay. So we'd like to use that window for helping people to get relays, into the net. That's really what it's for. And then after the net, I post a list of the people that checked in and my signal reports. So it's a good way to, to share signal reports. The net's getting really too big with 40 check-ins last week. To everybody to give 40 signal reports, it gets kind of big. But this NetLogger lets you kind of document who you can hear and who can hear you. KI5LET, back to net control.
All right, Top, appreciate that. And so if you're so inclined and you want to use that, that's another little tool to follow along with the listen-in frequencies that I said earlier, 444.925 and 145.310. Okay, so we're going to get started going county by county, but I always like to request that if you're new to the net, so if you're first time checking in tonight, we want you to go to head of the list. So anybody, any stations that are brand new to the group, meaning the first time you've ever checked in with us, or you're a newly licensed ham operator, or perhaps you want to brag because you've upgraded your license. So first time check-ins, newly licensed, or any upgrades, please call now. Any first time checking in with the group, newly licensed operators, or ham license upgrades? Any relays? All right, nothing heard. That's one other note. If there's stations out there, which there will be, that I cannot hear, and it appears obviously they're calling and I'm not hearing them, and you are hearing them, just simply say relay. Just say relay. I'll hear you. And when I come back around to you, just make sure that you at least think you have a good enough copy to get their call sign, name, and their county. So if you hear somebody out there I'm not, just say relay. Okay, let's start the county by county. County by county. I think we've got pretty good conditions tonight, so I'm going to go ahead and start here in Parker County. Parker County.
Whiskey 5 Bravo November Kilo, Springtown.
KI5NXR.
KG5SQJ.
November 5 Fox Papa Delta.
All right, I copied Whiskey 5 Bravo November Kilo. That is Walt up in Springtown, North Parker County. KI5NXR. Tiffany, hello to you in Eastern Parker County. KG5SQJ also in Eastern Parker County. And N5 Fox Papa Delta. That's Wayne up there in, I don't know what we're going to call it, but just north of Weatherford up in Peaster. Anybody else in Parker County that would like to check in?
K5 Delta Charlie.
Okay, I got K5 Delta Charlie. Dwayne, good to hear you, my friend. And your signal is really big tonight. Everybody's strong, so that is good. Anybody else in Parker County before we move on? All right, let's go right next door and call on Tarrant County. Tarrant County check-ins, please.
KI5, that's LE.
Whiskey Alpha 5, Uniform Sierra Yankee.
Kilo India 5, Hotel X-Ray Kilo.
Kilowatt Baker 5 Whiskey Baker, KB5 WB.
November 5, Tango X-Ray Lima.
Kilo Echo 5 November Golf Mike.
Kilo Bravo 5 Romeo Mike.
All right, let's hold it there. That's a good group, KI5FLE. That's Brian, WA5USY. Good to hear you again. KI5HXK, KB5WB. David, I've got a great signal on you tonight here. N5TXL, Jason, KE5NGM, Trey, and KB5RM. Boy, I'll tell you, Les, I haven't heard you in a long time. How are you here in Net Control?
Oh,
Oh, you got a good signal tonight. We've got some good propagation going.
Well, good. It's good to hear your voice. You're S4 and very loud, so good to hear you tonight. Any other Tarrant County check-ins?
KC5 SLQ mobile.
KC5 SLQ, got your kind of, you must be hilltopping, but I do copy you, Daryl. Anybody else in Tarrant County? All right. Well, I hope everybody got a good rain shower today along I-20. It really came down here in Parker County. It was a little biblical there for a minute, but it looked like it was right along I-20. All right, let's move on and go out west a little bit. Let's see if anybody in Palo Pinto County, we're calling on you for check-ins.
KI5 LST.
KI5 LST, Joe, good evening. Good to hear you.
Yeah, I got no traffic. Back to net.
Yep, good signal. All right, anybody else in Palo Pinto County? That was KI5 LST. All right, let's go up to northwest out there in Young County and see if anybody's out there. How about Young County? KF5 Victor Bravo Lima. Jerry, you got a huge signal tonight. You hearing as well as you're sounding? Very good. All right. That ought to be fun. That's KF5 Victor Bravo Lima, Jerry in Young County near Graham, Texas, or in Graham. Anybody else out there in Young County that copies net control and would like to check in? All right, not hearing anybody at this time. How about anybody in Stevens? Is there anybody out there listening in Stevens County that would like to check in?
What county were you asking for a minute ago?
Stevens County, west of Palo Pinto.
No, the one before that.
Young County?
Never mind. I got a good copy on you tonight.
I guess so. Oh, man. Anybody in Stevens County? Anybody in Stevens County that would like to check in? Any relays? I think I hear something. Any relays? All right, before I run off, I'm calling Jack County. Any Jack County stations that would like to check in? All right, not hearing anybody in Jack County. Let's drop down to Eastland County. How about Eastland County check-ins? Wow, good to hear you loud and clear. S5, just as quiet as can be. That's the best copy I've had on you, Cam, in weeks. So thanks for always being there. AI5 Bravo Uniform, that's Cam. He is in Eastland County in the city of Eastland. And he's got a nice setup there. He's got some stacked beams, and he may twist it around. So y'all pay attention. AI5BU later on if you might want to reach out. Anybody else in Eastland County that wants to check in tonight? All right, nothing heard. How about Erath County? It's your turn. All right, I've got two there. Whiskey 5 Fox Hotel Whiskey, that's Lon. He is in and out. Good signal up here. WA5 Echo Delta X-Ray, that's Byron. Also another good signal. Anybody else in Erath County that would like to check in? Byron, what radio are you on tonight? All right, that thing's got a little bit of background noise, but the signal's good and the audio's good. So, when you say antique, how old is it? Well, it sounds pretty doggone good up here, so that's very good. All right, we're going to clear out of Erath, and we're going to move down to Comanche real quick and then head back over into the central part of the area, calling for Comanche County check-ins. Hello, Comanche County. This is the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net, calling Comanche County for check-ins. I thought Darren might be there tonight, but maybe not. All right, this is the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. Every Friday night at 8 o'clock on 146.580. We are doing our county-by-county check-ins here, and I'm going to drift down to Hamilton and call on Hamilton County check-ins. Hello, Hamilton County. Do you copy net control? Calling for check-ins from Hamilton County. All right, let's just scoot over to the east a little bit and see if anybody is home in Bosque, calling for Bosque County. Well, good evening, Wiley. Glad to have you back. Anybody else in Bosque that can hear net control and would like to check in? Wiley, I need some help. I need you to holler at McLennan and Hill County and see if you can pick up some folks down there for us. I appreciate it. He had put something out on the Facebook page. I know he's always there, but I appreciate you being there. Anybody else, Wiley? All right, you got a booming signal up here tonight, so maybe conditions will continue to get better. So we have WC5WC, that's Wiley in Bosque County, and he was able to bring in Whiskey 5 Lima Whiskey, and that's John down in Hill County, down there near Lake Whitney. So good work there. All right, let's see. Let's move up into Somerville County. Somerville County, your turn.
Whiskey 5, Mike Lima Delta.
Whiskey 5 Kilo Bravo Tango.
Wow. Y'all are loud. That's W5MLD Mike and W5KBT. That is Kelly. Both of y'all are screaming in here tonight. Really, really, really loud. Anybody else in Somerville that can hear net control that would like to check in? Okay, nothing heard. Let's go to Hood County. Hood County, please.
Kilo 5, Lima, Quebec. K5 ESV, Clayton.
Whiskey 5 Alpha Tango Mike J.
All right, let's hold there. I've got KK5 Lima, Quebec. Good evening, Kelton. K5 Echo Sierra Victor, that's Clayton. Whiskey 5 ATM, that's JK5 Bravo Yankee Fox is Mike. All have great signals tonight. Anybody else in Hood County that wants to check in this evening? All right, nothing heard. Great group, and thanks for checking in, guys. And hang around for a while if you can, and make some calls. I think the conditions are pretty good tonight. All right, this is Kilo Foxtrot 5, Victor Sierra Papa. Name is Mike. I am net control for tonight's North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net, and we're doing our county-by-county rotation. Next on the list, I'm calling on Johnson County, please. Johnson County.
Kilo Bravo 5 Yankee Bravo India. Whiskey India 5 Mike Romeo Whiskey.
All right, KB5YBI and Whiskey India 5 Mike Romeo Whiskey. Really, really good signal. Really good signals from both of you. Mike Romeo Whiskey, what are you hearing? Are you hearing pretty well, hearing most everybody?
I got a pretty good copy on most everybody. You're booming in big time. I mean, it's great conditions tonight.
Okay, Mike, appreciate you checking in. Kenny, you're just loud as you can be. Are conditions good for you as well?
I actually heard Jerry up in Young County. Couldn't really understand him, but I could hear him, which I normally can. And stations out in Eastland, I could tell were checking in. So, yeah, pretty good. KB5YBI.
All right, appreciate Johnson County. Anybody else before I continue on? Any other Johnson County check-ins?
Quick relay for Tarrant County, KE5NGM.
All right, go ahead, Trey.
Sorry there, Mike. I wanted to get him before he got away. I saw he signed off a net logger. WA5USY.
WA5USY.
Okay, I've got USY in the log.
Oh there, Mike. Thought you missed him. I apologize. KE5NGM, back to net control.
Hey, no apologies needed. You got to keep. I'm like the little kids in the bowling lanes, you know, that have the inflatables in the lanes. I need to be bounce off the sides. Just keep me straight. So no worries. All right, this is KF5 Victor Sierra Papa. I'm net control for tonight's North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. If you hear stations out there that you think may have not been picked up, do not hesitate. Just say relay. All right, we're going to go county by county. I'm going to go over there to Ellis County. Calling Ellis County, check-ins, please.
Kilo 5, Whiskey X-Ray Yankee, K5WXY.
Kilo Mike 5 Radio Foxtrot.
All right, that's Ellis County, K5WXY and KM5RF. K5WXY, the rare occasion I hear you S6 and Q5 over here.
Yeah, I hear you real good. I was on the phone, and I thought you'd called Ellis County earlier. That's why I asked what county you were calling, but you probably didn't know it was me because my signal was so good.
Well, yeah, I recognize the voice though, but yeah, it did throw me a bit. But that's good to be able to hear you, and I'm hoping you're hearing as well. And KM5RF Maurice, good to have you back. What's going on?
Nothing. Well, let me turn that off. Yeah, you're sounding good down here tonight. Sounding real good. Got you about S8 tonight, Mike. KM5RF.
All right, very good. Just to let you know, I usually should do this, but I know there's several of you that have your directionals, and I should just kind of give you an indication if you want to follow around. So, but anyway, that's K5WXY Gary in Waxahachie and KM5 Romeo Fox. He's also in Ellis County, and I'm going to rotate up and call on Dallas. So I'm going to head up to Dallas, and then I'm going to go to Wise if you're tracking it with your beam. So let's call on Dallas County. Dallas County check-ins. This is the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net calling for Dallas County. Any relays? All right, I'm not hearing any or hear any relays, so I'm going to go over to Wise County and call on Wise County, and I'll get a little relay help from that direction. So how about Wise County? Wise County check-ins.
Kilo India 5 Lima Echo Tango.
All right, KI5LET up in Wise County. Anybody else in Wise County on frequency that wanted to pop in and check in? All right, nothing heard here at Net Control. I know you're doing the logger. Do you have a minute to make a net call for me?
Sure, no problem. This is Kilo India 5 Lima Echo Tango, assisting net control for the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. Any stations would like to relay into the net tonight? We're looking for Clay County, Jack County, Montague, Cook, Grayson, Fannin, Denton, Collin, Dallas. Any stations would like to check into the net? Come with your call now. Okay, I got KI5DVX, Olin, in Forestburg, Montague County. He's strong here. I've got about a 5.8 on him tonight. Any other stations, come with your call.
Kilo 5, Whiskey X-Ray, Victor, Denton County.
Okay, then I got Kilo 5, Whiskey X-Ray, Victor. That's Bo in Denton County. Another strong signal, about a 5.6. Good signal tonight. Any other stations, come with your call. Any relays? Anybody else hear anybody trying to check in? Okay, I picked up KI5DVX. I've got his rig information. K5WXV, Bo, give me your rig information. What are you using tonight?
Yeah, I'm using 29 Yaesu FT-991A on 80 watts and it's a Diamond X700 vertical antenna.
And what's the elevation on that antenna?
I think it's up about 40 foot.
Okay, it's coming in real good to Wise County. So, Mike, we picked up KI5DVX, Olin in Montague County, Forestburg. He's using an Yaesu FT-2980 at 80 watts, quarter wave ground plane at 30 feet. His elevation is 1,204 mean sea level. He's got a good perch up there. And Bo K5WXV has got a Yaesu 2980R using 80 watts, Diamond DX300 at about 40 feet. Any other stations would like to check in? Come with your call now. Any relays? Nothing else heard from Wise County, where we got 0.01 inches and a nice cool down. KI5 LET, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Top. I don't, my rain gauge fell apart a few weeks ago from just boredom, but it rained pretty good here. I would say that we got at least 1.5 inches, and it was pretty crazy. All right, that's good work up there, KI5DVX. I could just barely make Olin out, and I did hear WXV, Bo. I don't know if he's here in net control, but on the last transmission I was able to make him out. So that's good work getting up there in the Montague and Denton County. All right, this is KF5 Victor Sierra Papa net control for the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. I'll make a general call for late check-ins, any late check-ins from anyone, anywhere.
Whiskey 5, Lima Tango Zulu.
All right, hold that right. KG8 DSK, Scott, man, it's great to hear you. How are you hearing my station tonight? All right, good to hear you. Appreciate that. It's KG8 Delta Sierra Kilo. That's Scott in Eastland County in Cisco, Texas. There was another station out there trying to check in. Try it one more time.
Whiskey 5, Lima Tango Zulu.
Please.
Relay.
Go ahead, Relay.
It's Whiskey 5, Lima Tango Zulu. I'm not sure if he's, Matt, are you mobile or, net control's not hearing you?
Yeah, I'm mobile in the driveway.
All right, roger, roger. Mike, Matt's mobile in the driveway, and maybe that's why you're not hearing. M5TXL.
Thank you. Well, he's just moving the needle. I just couldn't make it out. So, Whiskey 5 Lima Tango Zulu in Crowley is in the driveway. I don't know. Did he get kicked out of the house?
Matt, inquiring minds want to know if you've been asked to depart the house.
No, just getting the truck ready for the goat neck tomorrow, getting my light bar mounted and windows cleaned up and bike rack on the back, etc. W5LTZ.
Roger, roger. Mike, did you copy?
No, I did not.
He said he has not been asked to leave the house. He's just getting the truck ready for an event tomorrow. And I'll apologize because I didn't hear it. I think I heard goat head, and that just doesn't make any sense to me. But he's getting the truck ready for some event tomorrow.
Goat neck bicycle ride in Johnson County, KB5 Wabia.
All right, very good. Well, anyway, I was just kind of poking fun at him. I didn't know if we need to take up donations and bring him blankets to make it through, but looks like he's going to be okay. All right, this is the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net, making another lap around for any late check-ins, anyone, anywhere. All right, any relays before we move on? Okay, let's move into the next section of the net, and that would be anybody that has checked in tonight. If you've checked in tonight and you would like to have the frequency, I will relinquish it to you so that you can make a call to any station or anyone in any county that you heard tonight, or if you just want to throw out your call and get a signal report, that'll be fine. So does anybody want to take advantage of that? Anybody want to make any calls? Anybody want to have the frequency to make any calls to anyone that you've heard tonight, or a general call?
KB5, WB.
I heard Whiskey Baker stand by. Jerry, go ahead and make that call again to EDX. All right, that's KF5 Victor Bravo Lima in Graham, and next was KB5 Whiskey Baker. Go ahead, David. KB5 WB, do you want to make a call? Somebody must have put a plate of food in front of him. All right, anybody that's checked in this evening that would like to have the frequency to make up to 2 calls to anybody on the net, or just a general call to get signal reports? Anyone?
YBI.
KB5YBI, it is your frequency. Go ahead.
Oh, this is going to give a shout out to K5WXV Bo up here in the north side. Used to be one of our locals down here in Joshua. Bo, I did hear you on the net. KB5YBI. Bo, got you about the same down here. Just wanted to say howdy. Mike, it's all back to you. I got to go get the truck ready for the goat neck. KB5YBI.
All right, Kenny. Good luck. I'll clear with KB5YBI, and this is KF5 Victor Sierra Papa, net control for tonight's North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. And I'll make one last call for anyone that's checked in tonight that would like to make a call to anybody on the net tonight, or a general call for signal reports. Last call for that. All right, no takers on that, and we'll move into the next section, which I always call the ham radio section, but I'm going to break that up into parts tonight. So what I'd like to open it up for, ham radio related, is technical questions. So if anybody has a technical question for the group, perhaps they have figured something out they want to share, or maybe they're having an issue technically with a piece of equipment. So that'll be the first part. So anybody that has a technical question for the group, or something, that information that they would want to share technically, that would be the first go-around. So does anybody have anything for us tonight?
KB5WB.
KB5WB.
Yeah, if anybody can come up with a schematic for this Mirage amplifier, that would be great. Just a minute, let me get the number. It is not available on the internet anywhere. It's a Mirage B3016G. Mirage B3016G. 25 watts in, 160 out. And when you go look at Mirage and Ameritron's website, it takes you to a similar amplifier, but not this one. It's the one I've been having a little key and relay problem with sometimes, and the input tuning is a little weird. So the one on Mirage's website is not this amplifier. So I've looked other places on the internet, can't find it. So it's going to have to be from somebody that actually bought one. These are probably 15 years old, and maybe when they bought one, they actually had the schematic in the box for Mirage B3016G. It is a very odd amplifier in that it has the circuit board for the amplifier, and it has another complete separate circuit board for the keying circuit and SWR protection circuit. Never seen one before like this one. KB5WB, back to net control.
Okay, all right. So I'm sure everybody heard him, but just in case, KB5 Whiskey Baker has a Mirage amp that he is really needing some help, and that is if you happen to have a schematic, it is a Bravo 2516 Golf, B2516 Golf, older Mirage amp, 25 in, 160 out. He is in dire need of a schematic for that. So if anybody can help him out, David, how do they reach you? You want them to reach you by phone or email or what?
Yes, all the above. KB5WB6@gmail.com, KB5WB6@gmail.com, and my phone number is 254-631-9766.
All right, very good. All right, so if you can help David out with that Mirage B2516 Golf schematic, I'm sure he would be very grateful. All right, we're in the technical section of the ham radio section, so if anybody has a technical question, they need help with something, or maybe they have found something they want to share, but this is the technical section of the ham radio section. Anybody have anything for us?
KI5LST.
KI5LST. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I picked up this microphone at Belton, and it was wired up for an ICOM. It had the 7-pin DIN on it, and I want to use it on my Flex. I know the ICOM has 5 volts out through their port. My Flex only has 3, but I can't get this thing to work. The documentation on it is really, really poor, and I can't find anything on it on the net.
All right, so Joe, tell me exactly who's the manufacturer, and do you have a model number on the mic you're trying to adapt to your Flex?
Yeah, it's a Costway, Charlie Oscar Sierra Tango, Whiskey Alpha Yankee, and it's the model number is Echo Papa 22260.
Okay, all right, and you're just trying to find a wiring configuration to work with your Flex.
Well, I've got the wiring up. It's got an XLR on it, and the Flex has a TRS, but there's something that's got to be that I'm missing here. I can provide bias power to it, but the 2 sheets of paper I have talk about phantom power, but I know that the ICOM does not provide phantom power, so I'm not quite sure what I need to have.
Okay, and one more question, what model Flex do you have?
The 6600.
Okay, all right, Joe. Joe has a Flex 6600 that he is having a little bit of an issue adapting a Costway, C-O-S-T-W-A-Y microphone, and it's a EP22260. So, Joe, can we reach you by email if someone can help you?
Yeah, that'd be lovely. It's pz.joe@gmail.com. That's good on QRZ, so.
All right, very good. All right, so that's KI5LST Joe. You can reach out to him on QRZ. The email is good there. Again, he has a Flex 6600, and he has a microphone that he's having a little bit of an adaptation problem with, and it's a Costway EP22260. So if you have any ideas that you can help and you're familiar with maybe the Flex 6600, please reach out to KI5LST. All right, thanks, Joe. Anybody else have anything for the technical portion of the ham radio section tonight? Any questions, looking for any answers, or maybe you found something out you'd want to share? So last call for anybody that has anything technical for the group.
KI5FLE.
KI5FLE, go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, Roger, I've got a ICOM ID5100A, and since I've had this thing a year and a half, it's recorded on both sides, both VFOs at the same time to the SD card. And lately when I've been doing some of the ISS communication stuff, I've realized it's only recording whichever VFO I've picked as the main. And I can't find anything in the manual for how to get it to start recording both VFOs simultaneously. I wondered if anybody might know the trick.
Anybody familiar with the ICOM 5100, ID 5100A? He's having some recording issues on the VFOs. Anybody familiar with that radio?
KI5HXK. I have the radio, but I've never used the recording, even on a single VFO.
Okay, well, Roger, yeah, it seems to be a lot of people haven't used the function, and I like using that, and I'm just trying to figure out how to get it back to where it'll record both VFOs. I'm sure there's a way, but I appreciate you asking, Mike, and I'll try again another time. KI5FLE, back to net.
Okay, so KI5FLE is looking for a little help if you're familiar with the ICOM 5100, the ID 5100 Alpha on the recording side of things. If you can help him on that, reach out to him. Anybody else have a technical question that they'd like to throw out to the group?
Whiskey India 5, Mike Romeo Whiskey.
WI5 Mike Romeo Whiskey. Go ahead, sir.
Roger, Roger. Well, we've been doing a lot of the satellite stuff, just using the existing vertical antennas lately. Brian was doing some of that too, and of course he records a lot. What I'm interested in is the M2 M2 antenna, satellite antenna package called a Sat Pack 1. It's a two circular polarized antennas, and DX Engineering sells it. I think Gigapart sells it. It's a fairly expensive antenna, but it's supposed to be an entry-level antenna for satellite communications. And I'm just wondering, does anybody out there use this antenna? Have they got any experience with it? Is it something worth buying to get started with satellite communications? It's about $650, and it's, again, omnidirectional, so you don't need a rotor to do your horizontal and vertical polarization. But it has a little bit of limitation. I understand that because of what it is. But if anybody has had experience with it or knows whether it's something to stay away from, I would surely appreciate it. WI5MRW, back to you, Ned.
Okay, Mike. Yep, that's a good question. So for those that may not have heard Mike, that is Whiskey India 5 Mike Romeo Whiskey. And he is interested in doing satellite work, and specifically, he's looking at the M2 Sat Pack 1, the M2 Sat Pack 1 antenna, which is the dual polarization antenna. What he's looking for, if anybody knows anything about it or has any experience with it, does anybody right offhand want to reach out to him if they have any experience with that antenna? Or if you've used any satellite antennas that you might give him a reference on. He's trying to upgrade for satellite work. Mike, what's the best way to reach you? Do you have is your email good on QRZ?
Roger's QRZ is set up on there, no problem at all. Any information, any helpline would be much appreciated.
Okay, so that's Whiskey India 5, Mike Romeo Whiskey. He's wanting to upgrade and get into satellite work. If anybody has any recommendations or any experience with satellite antennas, or specifically the M2 SatPack 1, you can reach out to WI5MRW on QRZ email. Thanks, Mike. Anybody else have anything for the technical section of this net? Last call for anybody that has any technical questions or anything that they'd like to share technically, or any questions they may have about equipment or issues they're having. Okay, nothing heard. The next section is, in the ham radio section here, it's the buy-sell section. So if you have a piece of equipment that you're looking to sell, or perhaps you have a piece of equipment that you are looking for and hoping somebody might have it. Anybody? Anybody have any gear that they'd like to advertise here on the net, or anybody that's looking for a piece of equipment?
KI5LST.
KI5LST. Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a transverter for this flex. It's something to pick up 2 meters or 440 and drop it down into like 25 megahertz range would be great.
All right, and Joe's got a huge signal. If you can't hear him, he's looking for a transverter for a Flex 6600. Can anybody that's on the net help him with that? Joe posted on the Facebook page. I think you're already on there, but you might throw it out there as well, and then each week we'll just keep throwing it out there.
Yeah, this is a good idea. I'll post it on there. Back to net. KI5LST.
All right, clear with KI5LST. Anybody else out there looking for any ham equipment, or have any ham equipment that they'd like to advertise to the group? All right, not hearing anything. Does anybody have any announcements? Any announcements for the group?
TXL.
N5TXL, go ahead.
It's just a fun thing, but if you have a digital setup on your HF radio, tonight on 20 meters, I'm going to be trying out some PSK31, one of the underappreciated and dying forms of HF communication, but my antennas are awful close to the ground, which means I beam most of my energy straight up, which also means if you're near DFW, you may hear me and might be able to even talk to me. So hit up 14.070 with your HF digital rig, and let's do some PSK31. That's all I got. N5TXL.
All right, Jason. You'll have to update me on your antenna situation when things cool off. We'll have to try to come up with some ways to get that signal better, or if you're looking for any help. But N5TXL would like to experiment a little bit tonight with PSK31 on 20 meters. So directly after the net here in probably 10 minutes or less, 14070 PSK31 N5TXL is looking to make some contacts tonight. So anybody else have any announcements tonight? All right, this is KF5 Victor Sierra Papa, net control for the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. Before we close the net, I'll go ahead and make a last call for anyone, anywhere that would like to check in tonight. Any any relays? Any relays? I can hear a signal, but I cannot make it out. Could I get a relay?
I heard Kilo Delta 5 Whiskey Oscar Foxtrot. Kilo Delta 5 Whiskey Oscar Foxtrot. Do you copy me? This is
Oscar Fox. Is that a Roger? Can you confirm that, FLE?
Roger, that it is Kilo Delta 5 Whiskey Oscar Foxtrot.
All right, KD5 Whiskey Oscar Fox. We'll get you in the log. Tell me what's your location?
Did you copy, Mike?
Yeah, is that, are you out in Cisco? Okay, yep, got a light copy on you, but I definitely got you. That's KD5 Whiskey Oscar Fox. That's Kevin out in Eastland County. So, thank you, Kevin, for checking in. A lot of times DSK or somebody else will relay you in, but I can hear you tonight, over. Okay. All right, Kevin, thanks for checking in. I'm glad we heard you. Thanks for the relay, Brian. Any other late check-ins? Anyone, anywhere? This is the North Central Texas 2-meter Simplex net. This is last call for anyone, anywhere that would like to check in late. Okay, nothing heard. That'll wrap it up for tonight. I appreciate everybody's participation. We got really good coverage tonight, and I do appreciate the relay help as well. Most signals I heard quite well, so good to hear Ellis County loud and clear, and then good to hear Eastland County. So both ends of the spectrum were working pretty good. So anyway, enough of that. Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend. 7-3 to all, and we'll see you next Friday. KF5 Victor Sugar Papa closing the net officially.
Great job, Mike. Thank you, KI5FLE.
KD5KTQ, I'll get you in the log. That's Wendell in Parker County, guys. KD5KTQ. What's going on, Wendell?
I'm sorry I'm late. I was out for dinner. I'll let you know I got Andy 110 here with my area. You might come forward to your house. I don't know, but I got it.
Well, I was eyeballing it, and it looked real good, I'll tell you that. Always good to hear you, Wendell. Always good to hear you. So KI5LET, are you still there? Did you get that late, those last two late check-ins?
Yes, sir. KD5WOF and KD5KTQ. I couldn't hear Kevin, but I've got a 5-2 signal on Wendell. If he's got his rig information handy, I could add that to the log.
Hey, Wendell, if you're still there, we just keep track of everybody's operating conditions. Run down your home station there for me. copy that, Top?
I got a Linko DR635, and I got a Ringo Ranger at 20 feet, maybe 25 feet, but I missed anything else.
Nope, you got it. You got it. KF5 VSP, I'll be standing by.
KF5 VSP, KF5 LET. Did you get 39 check-ins approximately, including yourself?
KF5 VBL, go ahead. Okay, KI5LST, are you here in Victor Bravo Lima and Graham?
KF5LST, no, I am not hearing him.
He said he sent you an email about your microphone issue that hopefully is helpful, so he just wanted to give you a heads up.
All right, I hear you.
All right, I'll clear with LST. KF5 Victor Bravo Lima, he got, I let him know that there was an email sent. They always correct me. I think, I want to say 36 tonight. Well, from my vantage point, I was hearing just about everybody, and I was hearing stations in Eastland County that I don't usually hear, WOF, and then Scott, DSK. Haven't heard him in a while, and then I was hearing Ellis County loud and clear, so I was, and you as well, so, you know, I was hearing a good 75 miles circumference. I'm just using the Comet GP9, and it's 35 feet at the feed point, and I guess that radiator's right at 17 foot or 16 foot 9 inches or something like that. I really could use some better coax. I've got that doggone RG213 on there in a 100-foot run, and I think I could squeak out a little bit better signal if I'd swap that out. Yeah, I know. You're exactly right. You're exactly right, but, you know, I learned early on, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They kept telling me that when I was starting out, and I kept breaking stuff, and then the longer in the tooth I got, you know, I just followed that, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's probably going to work just as well, and the more I tweak on it, the more I'd break it. All right, I'll be listening for a little bit. I'm going to go get me something to drink and come back in here. KF5VBL, KF5VSP. Keith, that was N5TXL. That was Jason. He's going to be on 14070.
Or the Skywave just isn't working the way I think it might. I'm not at the computer now, but give me a second. I'll hit the transmit button again. N5TXL.
VBL is KI5LST.
KF5 VBL LST's trying to reach out. Are you there?
I have not received that email. I even checked my spam. Yeah, I went and looked at it to make sure it was right. Well, let me look again and make sure it doesn't have any obvious little bitty typos in there, but I still haven't got it. Hang on. No, that's the right address there.
You have the right call?
Yeah, that's me. Did it have a big attachment or something on it? Maybe it's still in transit? Well, email is not immediate. It looks like it's gotten stuck in between us. I'll just keep an eye out for it. I appreciate you sending it. KI5LST. Yeah, I was thinking that, but like I said, this guy sold it for ICOM, and I know the ICOM only has 5 volts. Phantom power is 45, so it didn't make sense that I would have to have phantom power. Do you know if a buck converter has enough to be able to power this? Yeah, I hear you on that. This thing says it's current consumption of 3 milliamps, so I thought maybe the buck converter would be good enough. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Yeah, I thought those buck converters went up to 35 volts, but it's still not quite 45. Anyway, I appreciate the info on that, and I'll look at getting one of those things. Hang on. KI5LST. KI5LST clear.
KI5 ESP, this is KI5 LET.
KI5 LET,
Okay, just trying to clean up the log here. I got a call sign Kilo 5 Delta November Charlie K5DNC. Is that correct? It was between Somerville and Hood counties on the check-in list.
Well, let's see. K5 Delta Charlie, you know that, is up in Parker. That's Dwayne. Let's see here. What line number, so to speak?
Line 24 right now, and yeah, I got Dwayne at line 7, so it wasn't that, but I could have sworn I heard that call sign twice, but it's David Cole in Burleson County. I don't think that's right.
I've got a K5 ESV, that's Clayton.
Okay, yep, I've got him on 26, Clayton and Hood County. I kind of fell apart in Hood County, but this was right before that, so I could have messed up between Somerville and Hood. So in Hood, did you have KK5 SLQ, KK5 LQ, K5 ESV, W5 ATM, and K5 BYF? Any other Hood County stations?
That's exactly what I had.
Okay, I think that K5 DNC just must be a mistake. With all those, including you and me, I had 38 check-ins total.
Okay. Yeah, I tried to catch myself and repeat. But, yeah, I thought the coverage was pretty good. You know, if we could get everybody in again, you know, most of what I would consider the regulars I think we could get to 57 or 58, but our average is still pretty strong.
Yeah, you did great tonight, Mike. No problems at all. I just, right there in Hood County, you know, I start typing, and then I was doing so great. And then all of a sudden, you know, oops, I missed something. Oops, I try to back up. Oh, try to get the next. Oh, and it's just like it falls apart, you know. And then, anyway. But I had a lot of help on the instant messenger deal. Bob helped out a whole lot, and some other guys did. So I think we're pretty accurate. I'll post this a little bit later this evening. And yeah, we got good coverage tonight. Plenty of check-ins. We got more counties than we did last week, so it's working really well. I'm glad to get Montague County. And we got Montague and Young, which we didn't get last week. And we reached down south, too, so it was a great net. Thanks for everything. You did a great job.
Well, y'all do a great job as well. And I, like I said, I broke up that ham radio section, and I thought, you know, I just kind of break it down a little bit to technical and so forth, and that was worked out pretty well as well. So, but usually when it gets cooler, you know, it'll be a little bit more fun, but it's a blast. I have a great time with it, and you know, it's like anything else. I work a lot of auctions, and you know, if I'm calling an auction, or if I'm if I'm doing the line items as far as the lot numbers and so forth, there's no going back. I mean, once you get that cadence and it breaks, it's tough.
Yep. Yeah, it definitely was, but I recovered gracefully somewhat, so no harm, no foul. It worked great. And you know, maybe I need to try some auction practice. Maybe that would help.
Nah, there is no such thing. You just have to have the wherewithal to tap the brakes and make the correction and move on. But you know, it's just like I said, I think once we get off daylight savings time, I think it'll be much more crowded. I think you'll have more check-ins, and you know, with the summertime lighting, it's just, even me sometimes I have to set my alarm to forget. But yeah, you just get a lot of folks coming in late. We get some relays and so forth, but everybody does a great job, and we want to make sure we don't make it a job. It's supposed to be fun.
Oh yeah, it's all fun. I just have a blast every Friday night. I hadn't missed one since the first time I checked in. And I was really glad to get Denton County tonight. That was kind of cool. And I'm glad you could hear Bo in Denton County. So, yep, people are trying. And, you know, I work a little bit all week. You know, whatever I'm doing, I'm just, you know, out there patrolling 2 meters and 70 centimeters and mention it when I can. So I think everybody's trying to advertise it. And a few people I want to hear weren't able to make it. But you're right. You know, it's somewhat weather related, but tonight, for me, it was a good night. It was 10 degrees cooler than it was last night in here, and I think it was 102 in here last Friday night when I started the net. But I'm used to it. You know, native Texans, no problem.
Adapt and adjust. Hey, one other thing, and I'll clear out and let somebody else have it. One day this week, I heard you just throw your call out on 5-2, and you were mobile, and I heard you.
Yep, that's what I do. Anytime I get going, I just make a call. I mean, I've been doing that since day one, and sometimes it works, and I met the nicest people doing it that way. So, you know, there's even a Facebook group, you know, national calling frequency, and people struggle with it. I can't hear anybody. I can't do this. You just got to work it. And I've kind of learned how to work it a little bit. And today, in a dog park, we went to a dog park early, the Freedom Dog Park and Trophy Club. I did 5-2. I did 70 centimeters, never got anybody there. But I get 5-2 a lot. And then I just started working all the repeaters, and I almost always get somebody. But I worked an hour and a half and didn't get anybody today. But quite often I do get people. So, you know, it's just really fun. You never know who you're going to get. It depends on the time of day and, you know, who's listening and stuff like that. And, you know, you got to make yourself sound interesting. But I think that's why this net works so well. You make it sound interesting. You know, people, it's that personality that, you know, you can't train somebody on that. It's just somebody's having fun, and they make other people want to have fun with you, and it just works. It's just absolutely a blast. I've got one guy on Parks on the Air. His Paul Talbot's his name. His suffix is RKO. I don't know if you ever get him. He's on 20 meters usually in Nevada, California, right there on the border. And he used to work as a DJ, and he's got the perfect radio voice, very similar to yours, a little deeper, and he just takes his time and just, you know, people love to talk to him. It's just a lot of fun. So anyway, I'm learning all this stuff. Way beyond the technical stuff, it's the personal stuff, which makes this a lot of fun. KI5LET.
Well, yep, it's a blast, and I always call out on 5.2, and you know, Jerry up in Graham, I happened to be in my office doing something, and he called out on Handy Talkie, and I reached out to him, and K5NYB Don down in Granbury. I was his very first contact. So it's just, yeah, I'm like you. Get on there and talk, and I learned when I first got my general, you know, being eager beaver, just getting on there and start calling, and would visit with a few Elmers and tell them what a great time I had on HF, and they're like, I didn't hear anybody. And so, yeah, it's a blast. I love to hear, anytime I hear anybody call out on 5.2, I try to reach back.
Yep, it worked great today. In fact, I got some help from Dwayne. I've been trying to get Alaska, you know, for Parks on the Air, the last state. Did they give it to you? They give you a wild card for D.C., and so they gave me the worked all states. But I still need to get Alaska. I've got contacts up there, but not on a park, so I'm trying to fill that in. Well, he told me about the K7K, the special event station out in the Aleutian Islands. But he just heard me talking to somebody, popped in, and gave me some heads up on that. So it's an amazing community that does listen. And, you know, I don't know, 5-6 million people around here and a few hams. It works. You just got to keep working it. But, Jerry, he's just a hoot. I love KFI VBL. I was driving out to New Mexico a couple weeks ago, and I'm just making calls. You know, he picks me up. He talked me about halfway to New Mexico. He just kept pointing his beam at me, and he knows all the roads I was on. And I was saying, here I am. And he's going, oh, well, look for this. And it's like, oh, yeah, I'm seeing this. It was just a hoot. He invited me to come see his setup. So when it gets a little bit cooler, I'm going to fly out there. He's going to pick me up at the Graham Airport, and we'll get a little tour of his station. Then he's got a good pizza restaurant there in Graham we're going to go visit. So just fun. Just a lot of great people in this hobby. KI5LET.
Yep, it's a blast. I was saying that the other day. You know, our place down in Eastland County, so I'm always running around in Erath and Eastland and Comanche County and all that kind of stuff. And I'll get out there and just call, and I have some, there's a station down in, oh my gosh, I can't think, down in Galway, Mills County down there, and I went down to Fredericksburg, and I called out, and he was there, and we talked for about 15 minutes, and there's the Comanche. So yeah, it's just kind of cool to get out there and throw your call out, and some guy calls back and says, hey, Mike.
Yes, sir. Okay, well, this is KI5LET and KF5ESP. Who else is on the frequency? Come with your call. That was KI5UXF, Gary and Albert, just up north a little ways. How are you doing tonight? Doing great, and I heard one other station kind of double with you. Who else is on the frequency tonight? Okay, and there's KE5UT, Stewart. And where are you located? Okay, you got a real clean signal into Wise County. I'm getting about a 5.3 on you. And Gary, you had an even stronger signal, about a 5.7 here into Wise County. So you guys, were you able to hear net control? Did you get any of the net tonight? KF5 ESP into Weatherford, were you able to hear net control? Stuart, can you reach Weatherford, Simplex? I'm sorry, I should throw that out. The name here is Top, Tango Oscar, Papa Papa, KI5 LET.
Okay, got that. Top. Very good. No, I only if we can.
Okay, yeah. If you got directional, you probably need to rotate it to get to him. But yeah, you've got a good signal. You know, we're 44 miles according to QRZ, so that's not bad. They always say that 2 meters is line of sight, but I found that it'll go over some ridges. I don't get a lot of contacts on UHF. I do 446 every now. I try to throw out the call, and I think in about a year and a half of trying it, I've had like one contact. I got a police officer from Rome, Texas, that he said, "What are you doing? Calling on 446? You're not going to get anybody." I said, "Well, I got you." So we had a nice chat. That was funny.
Yeah, I love hearing stuff like that. Well, this would never work. Going out there.
Exactly. Well, I'm going to close the net right now, just on NetLogger, and but we had 38 check-ins. Let me count the counties here. We had good coverage. We got all the way to the Red River, Forestburg, Montague County. We got all the way out west to Young and Eastland County, all the way south to Bosque and Hill County. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It looks like 15 counties tonight, so that's pretty good coverage in north central Texas. K5UT, KI5LET, 73, sir, and we hope to hear you check in sometime. And, yep, it's a great place to test your 2-meter simplex propagation.
KF5 Victor Sugar Papa, clear.